Welcome back to Left in the Past, and today I'm at Miller Cemetery for episode 2 of Hidden in Plain Sight. And before I actually get up into the cemetery to show it off, I actually have 2 stories that I want to tell you guys. Both stories actually come from this cemetery, and the first one is about a lady in white. So in the late 1800s, I'm not exactly sure exactly what date, but over there in that field there used to be a bunch of farmhouses. I'm not exactly sure how many, but I know that there was a bunch of farmhouses. And the lady in white that I'm talking about is actually buried right up there in this cemetery. But people is said to have seen her either walking from the field across the road right here into the cemetery, or walking from the cemetery into the field. And they say that they've seen her going to and from work. And they also say that they've seen her walking amongst the graves up there, right around where she is buried at. And the second story actually comes from these 2 trees right here, the ones that have the holes in them. So this one right here, if you can see it, was struck by lightning, and I'm not 100% sure, but it is also said that this one right over here is struck by lightning as well. And if you can't tell, they are both in front of each other. And what people say that this is kind of like a portal or a ghost portal that different spirits can walk to each side of their world. I'm guessing they can walk from their world to our world. I'm not exactly sure if that's 100% true, but that's just what people say. So yeah, that's just another pretty interesting story that comes from the cemetery as well. So I actually have a third story, but this is something that happened to my dad whenever he was a kid, so I'm going to go ahead and let him explain what happened.
What's going on, everybody? I was going to tell you a little story that happened to me back in the day. It was probably about 1983. I was probably 8 years old. And in that direction yonder, that's where I grew up. I lived down there from probably till I was about maybe 9 years old, and then we moved out the road here. And then later on, a few years later, I came back. But when I was a kid, this is where I was at. And my aunt actually still lives down there. Now, back in the day, back then, all that right there was woods. There wasn't a house there. It was all woods. This fence wasn't here. And they were trails through the woods that went back out to the road down there. And my cousin asked me if I wanted to come up here to the cemetery with him. And I said, yeah. I was always interested in cemeteries. And he said, well, we're going to take our bikes and go through the woods. So we did that. We came up, went through the trails, and we came out probably about right here. And it was dark. And when we got out into the cemetery here, we was looking around the cemetery, and my cousin told me, I had always heard the tale of the lady in white up here. But my cousin said, you know about that lady in white, don't you? And I said, yeah. And he started telling me the story, and he said, I believe I see her, or something like that. I can't remember how actually it went. Well, he jumped on his bike and he took off. I was scared to death. I jumped on my bike and took off right behind him. But I was so scared, I was on the seat. I never pedaled. I was running, sitting on the seat of this bike. And I don't know how I made it back down through there without breaking my neck. But when I went back out in the road, he was going in the house laughing. It scared me to death. But all that used to be woods, trails come all the way up through here. And I mean, it was spooky back then because, you know, with all those trees, it was real dark up in here. But that was something that happened to me that I remember to this day. And I mean, it's funny now, but back then it scared me to death.
Okay, now that I've told y'all all the stories, I'm going to walk around the cemetery now and show y'all all the graves here. But first, I'm going to go to the actual lady in white's grave and show her grave off, and also her son and husband's grave. So they're buried right here. And this one right here is actually the lady in white. This is her grave right here. So her name was Jenny Elizabeth Mitchell. She was born May 2nd, 1873, and passed away June 26th, 1902, at the age of 29. And this one right here is her son. It actually fell off the base of it, but now somebody has it sitting back up. But her son was named Troy E. Mitchell, and he was born in 1901 and passed away in 1913 at the age of 12. And this right here is her husband, George J. Mitchell. He's born March 13th, 1862 and passed away December 28th, 1917. And I believe he was the age of 55. Sorry for the interruption. I have some news for you guys. I have just started channel memberships for my channel, and if you're interested, you can become a member of my channel and get exclusive content from me. So if you're interested, go ahead and click the link in the description and go check out what I have. Okay, now I'm going to show the rest of the graveyard here. This one's a little bit hard to see. I'm not exactly sure what that name is because the way the stone is just. And right down here is Soldier's Grave. I believe they was World War II. And we wasn't exactly sure what this marker right here is, but what we was thinking is that is just somebody's ashes that was also buried here with them. So that's just what we was thinking. So if you know exactly 100% what that could be, leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. World War II soldier right here. stone has unfortunately fell off its base. But what I can tell by this headstone right here, we're definitely going to need more than just me and my dad to pick this up, unfortunately. Because it is really, really heavy stuff. Really, really heavy stuff. And this one right here is a Civil War soldier, I believe. Yep, Civil War. Confederate States Army. Elias Pullen, I believe. Yep, Private Elias Pullen. Company A, 37 Georgia Infantry, Confederate States Army. Yeah, my dad came here with me today. You can see him way down there. He came with me today. His channel is Shadows Past. I'll leave it in a card above or in the description below. Probably both, so definitely go check out his channel and give it some support. Because it definitely helps both of us whenever you guys subscribe, like, and comment. It helps us out a whole lot. World War II soldier right here. This is a 1-year-old. Believe it is a baby boy. Well, let's see. Infant. They don't really say. I'm not sure. My guess is it is a little baby boy. That's my guess. My guess. Okay, that's gonna be all for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the stories that came from the cemetery, such as the lady in white, the tree portals, and also the story that my dad right back there told about him and his cousin when he was a kid. So I hope you enjoyed those stories. Leave it in the comments below. What was your favorite story from the cemetery? But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and end the video. Like I said before, remember to go check out my channel memberships if that is something that you're interested in, and join my channel if you would like, because it helps me out a whole lot and helps me create better videos. And you also get to see the content that you won't be able to see just normally on my channel. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe for more content like this. But with all that said, thank y'all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.